Happy Fragment Friday, everybody. This is a grumpy old guy gaming with two completely random, out-of-the-blue revelations. One, it is strange to be here on my own. The wife and son stepped out a little bit, and I have way too much silence going on for my own good. And two, I may be the only one on my block who doesn't do yard work on Wednesday. That said, we are here on the Shining Darkness server. Buried, bizarre, scary door. Beautiful nighttime desert look. See the stars in the sky, the sand at our feet, and a sand hill attacking us. Of course, we did run up to its portal, so I guess we can't really blame it, huh? Did a little bit of leveling with Grumpo guy in the past week or so. Got a thank you Moose for that. Was nice enough to allow me to drag this character along for the run for a guild seal. Sadly did not get the guild seal, but I did get all the way to level 41. Much needed progress and allowing me to take on some more challenging boards. Kinda just didn't want to deal with both mummy scissors at one time there, so we comboed off to prevent that from piling up too much. Picked up a Lincoln Green and the levers. Let's take a moment, go ahead and top our health off. Beautiful moonlight there. Got an enemy coming up on us. The Voodoo Goblin. Got a bunch of them apparently, just can't move right now. Oh, there's one down. Make that two. And for the third. Thankfully they weren't too big a threat from the actual numbers. Just getting stuck in place while those spells fired off. A little bit frustrating. Reminded me of actually approaching the level 30s. I'd been pushing the field level a little bit and I got stuck in this point with Statue Menhir and I want to say one of the Valkyrie enemies, one of the ones with a really long attack animation. And it probably took me about 10-15 minutes just to fight to a point where I could run away from combat and gate out. I was in the field and just making no progress, and then on the off chance that I would accidentally hit enough to kill something, one of the Menhir would just bring it back. It was this insane sort of mix where it was a full portal of like 4 enemies, and then 2 came in that were just sort of roaming around the field while I was in battle mode. Go ahead, combo off here. See my buffs already wore off. Rig Same and Rig Geem. Putting Geem on first so we can get every second of that SP regen as allowable. Ooh. Voodoo Goblins are just giving me no space today. Do eventually get rid of them and see a treasure chest off in the distance. Did I say we got rid of them? Well, that was rather silly of me, wasn't it? Now we got rid of them. Fast suckers, I'll tell you that. Honestly didn't think I'd get to the chest in time. And given the fact there's just another copy of the levers, yeah, I'd have probably been alright had it timed out. Another thing to watch, the chests will time out occasionally. heal myself up there. Another positive to happen, my Blade Master, my main account, has made it the entire way to Netslum in the offline story mode, which opened up a whole bunch of trading opportunities for me. Able to grab some gear and disperse it amongst my characters here on my first memory card. Actually have a video featuring Gogs, the character from my second memory card, that I'm actively playing through the story mode with fairly frequently in the Weekend Warrior series. But going through the process of a couple of the ways I upgraded their armor via NPC trades in offline mode, and using the Chucker program to disperse some equipment I'd picked up with my other characters. If you want to check that out, it's at the Fragment from the Netslum YouTube channel, linked below. Shameless little self-plug there, but honestly, it is a fantastic little hub channel if you're looking to get to anywhere Fragment related. A bunch of channels linked there that have uploaded Fragment in the past, and hopefully start uploading again soon. I know it's summertime and we've all been kind of busy on our things. Been a little quiet on the Fragment front, at least from an upload perspective. Actually, a bunch of newer players have been playing the game of late. Been really cool to see that. Got a pair of risky treasures to open there. As quick as my brain will process that that's what I'm trying to do. Kinda had a moment there. Hey, picked up some app corv. And lost my rig game. Rig same would normally be soon to follow, but I had picked one up out of the symbol, so the counter got reset not too long before this. Also got app Anide, which, for what it's worth, is going to boost my darkness element. Run through that little rib cage there, just for the fun of it. I'll have to go back and grab some of those snaky cactus. If you remember a couple weeks ago I grabbed some, and I'll be honest, it was sort of a nightmare of an upload day. And I did the dreaded mistake of just closing out the window instead of actually logging out and saving up. So everything I had theoretically pulled out of that run a couple weeks ago, just flat out gone. Oh well, win some, lose some, right? Looks like we've got one more portal to deal with. Also have the Spring of Mist. Might be able to upgrade some armor in my inventory with that. Take out that goblin first, make sure our freedom of movement is not impeded. Grab a couple of these guys. Yeah, that's a good amount. Let's see here, level 40 field, I'm going to say level 2 grandpa. We'd picked up some spirit armor, let's see what that turns into. Well, it's a monsieur. I'm wrong right out of the gate, and it's a level 3 at that. Golden or silver axe, we of course will choose neither because honesty is the best policy. Either one. Till next time, goodbye. Creepy little raindrop thing. We get a thunder cloak. Nice. Decent little upgrade. Hop on Noble Grunty and ride the short trip over to the dungeon. And into the giant creature's mouth we go. See it there in reverse angle? We're standing on a tongue in the middle of the desert. inside the dungeon now. Not too often you get the visuals brightened up by descending into a dungeon, but hey, that is the hidden beauty of night fields. Honestly, they're kind of a beautiful field set in general. Most of the ones you'll see are daytime. If you get any of the ice or snow fields at night, those are the best, honestly. And that was a risky treasure that I did not process in time. Go ahead and hit my restorative there. I don't know, it is weird things being this quiet today. Just throw me a little off. Next room. Got another sandhill. Nice, easy battle. I'm doing more damage than it can possibly heal. And the time it spends casting Redeem on itself is time that I'm not taking damage. 11 experience, very little hassle. Well, that went extremely well. Took out one mummy scissors on the first combo, another mummy scissors on the second, and when it came down to a one-on-one battle, just hack our way to victory, pick up some holy tree mail, and the levers. Heading back here. Wanted dimension, links below for .hack network and NetSlum, discords, websites, and all of the other goodies. Still at 99 golden eggs. I did just get done saying that I have to make more grunties, didn't I? Okay, here's a pair of statue Minier. Seem to have very little interest in letting me get within melee range. Or really do much of anything at this point. So we're just gonna cast at him. And I do realize now that I've got the absolute wrong spell up. I actually have a darkness type spell. Let me go ahead and switch to that since these guys aren't going to be doing lethal damage to me here. Ormeani Cruise, that's the one I want. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. Just chucking bats at the Miniers now. Big elemental hit there. And another one, and we will finish this battle up with a third in a row. Apologies on how annoying that must have been to watch. And another reminder, no matter how frequently you play a character, if you change your shortcuts around at all, do make sure to make a mental note to double check them before going into any fields or dungeons. Ooh. Almost bit it there. Mummy Scissors has the old death attack there. Hit me with a dying strike and actually got hit once after that too. That could have been terrible had it comboed off. Especially since in all the chaos of the Minier battle, my buffs had worn off. But we did survive. corrected our mistakes and are soldiering on. Oh. Take our hacks at the, yeah, I kind of figured that would be how it went. Didn't see the mummy scissors staying dead exceptionally long. Don't see us staying alive exceptionally long the way that's going. Need to get right at the Menhir. Okay, we were cut a lucky break there. Oh, just wicked. Okay, there's one down. And it's revived. Stuck in the resurrection train here. And finally through it. Probably killed about 7 of them in succession there before we finally got the death to take. The worry with Menhir is you get in that little state where they're always rezzing whatever you just killed. And that was a beautiful example of it right there. Beautiful, of course, because we lived. Have a few other words for it had they taken me down. One thing this run is doing is chewing into my consumables, but hey, price of doing business, right? Always more money to be made within the game. Could go do a farming run. And again, this stresses just how great it is to have another party member with you. Just somebody to watch your back and help pile damage on that surviving Menhir, so you can close the window between the two and stop the resurrection shenanigans. Floor number 2 now. Stairs down right over top of us, but we'll be taking the scenic route there. First portal of the floor. It's another sandhill. Took a hefty swipe out of us. It is doing some real damage, despite the fact that Earth is kind of our strongest element. It's the element I picked for this character. Mainly because I just kind of liked the way the model looked and needed a default old guy looking guy. Kind of works with the channel. Of course, it's not dissimilar to the model that Foremost chose for his long arm. Got the chance to play with Foremost a few times, always an enjoyable run. And that sandhill is down, going to avoid the golden egg because I finally remembered I have 99 of them. And continue on our little loop through the floor. Next room gives us a soul statue Menhir. And we finally get a quick battle featuring Menhir. 7 of the easiest experience we'll get today. Got another portal here. Oh! Looks like we've got a couple of the mimic types in addition to the Menhir. Fortunately, that did let me take the Menhir down rather easily, as the confusion's just gonna have us auto-battling. Killer Box is the specific strength we're facing. And since they're non-elemental, there's really no advantage to using any skills or combos here. Our best strength is with straightforward attacks. Finish that battle out as kindly as it could go. Pick up a Fire Tempest there, and we have this nice little pair of rooms just giving us some treasures and little hassle before we get to this little L-shaped sucker. That's gonna drop the worst combo we could have ever asked for. We've got a Killer Box and 3 Statue Menhir. If we survive this, and that is a big if. Well, maybe it will be nice and just let us take down whatever we're lucky enough to hit. As you can see, we're going to get confused like crazy. And I have very little hopes of actually taking down anything that we kill. 2 to 3 enemies that can resurrect. Once again confused. We're actually dealing a fair bit of damage. Do have to watch as Rigsame and Rigdeem have worn off. I'm now spontaneously turning them into one buff out of frustration. So it's imperative as soon as I pop out of confusion to pop a recovery drink and get those mage's souls going as well. So there's one Menhir down, and it's revived. Kind of the worst fear there. We went from really good situation with one nearly dead Menhir to a really bad situation with most of our enemies at 3/4 or better health. We've actually been in this so long that all of our buffs, including the speed boost, have worn off. Got a little break from the confusion there as we killed the Killer Box, and then it came back like a horror movie villain. That's kill number 2 on the Killer Box, and resurrection number 2, because why not? Rare miss there, that's gonna put us in some trouble, and confused. And not only confused, but stuck in place, and with no speed boost to go, and getting skill drained. Well, we did get a recovery drink off before getting confused again. For that much, I am grateful. That time we got a recovery drink and a mage's soul, so we're getting closer to actually attacking when we get out of these. Didn't even notice that one ended before the next one began, and this is really just not a desirable state to be in. Try to get some of these elemental hits going. Kind of just need to get something going at this point. Kill number 3 on the Killer Box, and there it is again. And there's the confusion. The good old delayed reaction confusion. We got confused as the killer box died, and then it got revived. Well, we were finally hitting with a little gusto, and then the confusion hit, and now the Minier has recovered some hit points. At least got a window enough to heal there. Also trying to keep the camera in an advantageous position, though whatever that would be, I have no idea. The moments you wish this had target lock. Instead, it's just going to keep auto-targeting the closest enemy, and I'm fine with that, because honestly, what are the odds of success here? I'm pretty sure I'm dead in the water. It's just a matter of running out of resources, honestly. There's the killer box for like the 4th or 5th time. And we almost get a Minier down. But again, it gets away, and enough time passes that it gets some health back. We were on a nice little run there. Nice elemental hit. Make that 2, going after the killer box. Minier gets revived. That takes us away from the killer box. Sounds like confusion failed. We'll take that. And now we're in serious trouble as we are low on hit points and confused. Did just make it through. Unfortunately, so did everything else. And lo and behold, we're confused again. This is what we needed. Finally got a break. We got 1 Minier down. We got 2 Minier down. Do believe that one, that one regained some hit points before we could really do anything about it. Just one of those moments, you know? Nice elemental hit there. And the finishing blow, and now it's us one-on-one with the killer box. Guys, I didn't think we'd get to this point, and just as the battle should dictate, we finish it confused. As well we should. That battle there is enough for an upload, I'll be honest. Just taking a look at my items. Down to 52 mage's souls and 56 recovery drinks. No words can describe how frustrating that was. And I know because I threw about 2,000 of them out of there, not counting the amount of profanity that I self-filtered. Actually behaving much better than expected. Here we are happily seeing a sandhill, and can you believe we're still only on the 2nd floor? Better hit a recovery drink before this battle ends early. It takes a moment to cast Rig, same does the Sandhill, and we are happy to see that because it's a moment we aren't taking damage. And with that, we bid the second floor adieu. Whew. Well, deep breath time over. Let's hope we don't run into more of that here on floor 3. Okay, it seems we have a snakeoid and a killer box. This combo actually doesn't bother me too badly between the two of them because getting confused is just leading us to the plan of attack we had going in anyway. Not casting, and they're not all that defensively strong, so. Moving on down the line here, looks like we've got a dead end straight down, so we'll head that direction first. Pick up a bloody egg. Here we've got 3 killer boxes, which means I could stop rattling the circle button like a doofus. Just basically picking it back up for when the confusion is about to end. Don't really have a set time on that, though I'm sure there is a set duration. Just sort of going off in my head of, yeah, it's been about time. So it's slow going because they're non-elemental and somewhat stout, but it's not the worst. We're still hitting for solid damage. Probably about 8% of its total hit points on an average hit. Picking up Forest Gloves out of that risky treasure. And some Hands of Wood there. One more portal on this branch, and we have another Snakeoid Killer Box combo. Just go after the Killer Box. It failed the confusion there. I was a little surprised. Does get us the second time, and we'll take out the Snakeoid quick before jumping back to the box. Should come out of the confusion with it just below half there. And just for the heck of it, let's try comboing off, see if that helps us at all. I mean, it didn't hurt. Go ahead, get our Rig Geem and Rig Same applied, making sure to name them in the correct order, since I'm applying Rig Geem first. Rather large room coming up here. Portal right at the front. We've got a Menhir to go with our killer box. Gonna be targeting that Menhir straight out and get it down before any confusion could hit us. In fact, we almost get 200 damage in on the killer box before we are actually confused, which means this battle should end about the time the confusion does. Well, at least it would have if I was paying closer attention. That second's hesitation allowed the killer box to confuse me once more. Kind of a poetic confusion too, because I killed the killer box and then I got confused and I was just blankly staring at the treasure chest that spawned in its place, wondering when it was going to attack. Nice little moment of the game adding some depth to itself. Floor number 4. Go ahead, reapply the buffs. Didn't bother doing that in floor 3 because we had just reapplied them with 2 rooms to go on the second floor. After the short eternity that was that Menhir and killer box fight. Looks like we've got a treasure room beneath us. Fortunately, Arrayo Tempest takes out both the Snakeoid and the Mummy Scissors. Decided to go for the combo attack there because of the death touch that we had encountered earlier. Did not want to put myself in a situation where we get an untimely game over. finish that combat well enough. Gonna head down the side passage. Got a couple portals this way, both leading to a dead end, which does confirm that is the statue room at the bottom of the map. Three Ryo Tempest put us one strike off victory here, and we land the decisive hit. Started off mentioning how weird it was to have the place to myself, and right now I'm kind of glad I do, because man, that would have been tense. Cute as it is, it's also somewhat aggravating at times. My son has this knack of shadowing me, and it's adorable because he's trying to help, but on the other hand he tends to like poke me in the ribs when he thinks I need to heal if he sees me playing Fragment. So when I get in situations like that, a bit of sore spot develops because the poking is frequent and the fingers are bony. Adorable kiddo though. Actually looking forward to when he's a little older, a little more able to handle games, mainly the repercussions of set games. And I would love to actually sit down and play Fragment with him. Hopefully by then my wife gets the bug again. The game didn't really grip her. She didn't really grow up with .hack or anything. It just wasn't something that was on her radar. She watched Sign. We picked it up last year on DVD. Loved it, but when it came to Fragment, it was a couple plays, and that was it. But I think it would be cool to have a party of me, my wife, and my son. That would be an end game goal for me with Fragment. I think one of these times, you know, maybe sometime in August, I'd like to do a sort of year in review, looking back sort of deal. Sorry, I got caught in a little bit of sentimental fog there and forgot to mention that our portals are all out. Come to the statue room, there's Vulcan, reminding us only we can light things on fire. Opening the statue treasure, we get a Dryad sword, a rainbow card, and a second rainbow card. Taking a look at the Dryad sword here, it's a level 19 heavy blade weapon. Couple wood abilities, increases your wood element, really hurts the earth element. Solid physical attack and accuracy. That physical accuracy, huge. Another thing that's huge is the sense of relief I have being able to reach for Sprite Ocarina right now. Thank you all if you made it to the end of this video, or even if you made it just to the end of that epic battle with the statue Manir and the killer box, and then fast forwarded to the end to see if I died or not. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you are doing well and doing it well as well. Take care, and we'll see you around.